Benny was a quiet little donkey with tired legs and gentle eyes. Once he was loved. Once he belonged to kindness. But kindness can disappear overnight. Benny used to live with an old farmer named Mr. Harper. He was fed well, spoken to kindly, and treated like a friend. Then one cold winter morning, Mr. Harper passed away. Benny was handed over to his son, Victor. But Victor didn't see a friend. He saw a tool. "Move faster, you useless animal," he would shout. Day after day, Benny carried heavy loads of firewood and pulled barrels of water. He walked long roads, often without food or rest. His small body grew weaker with each passing day, but his spirit somehow stayed gentle. Every night, huddled under a dry, leafless tree, Benny would look up at the vast, starry sky and whisper the same silent prayer. Please, just one gentle hand again. Far away, in another village, lived a man named Marcus. He had lost his family many years ago, and a deep, quiet pain lived inside him. He had sold almost everything he owned, except for one loyal soul, his dog, Scout. Marcus worked his land in silence, day in and day out, and every single night he would whisper to the darkness, "Lord, give me the strength to continue." Through it all, Scout stayed faithfully by his side, loyal, watchful, and loving. Then, one hot, dry afternoon, as Marcus was out fixing a fence, a snake suddenly struck, biting his leg. He cried out in pain and stumbled backward, only to step directly onto a rusty nail. The double injury was too much. Too weak to even stand, Marcus collapsed to the ground, his vision fading. Scout barked wildly, running for help, but the villagers just ignored the frantic dog. Until Scout found Benny, standing alone, thin, hungry, and shaking. Scout barked urgently, looking from the path back to Benny, and in that moment, Benny understood. Even in his own profound weakness, Benny chose kindness. They found Marcus lying deathly still. Scout whimpered and nudged his hand, while Benny gently knelt beside the fallen man. Marcus's eyes fluttered open. "Thank you, whoever you are," he whispered weakly. Without hesitation, Benny lowered himself to the ground, inviting Marcus onto his back. Every step was agonizing. Every muscle in Benny's frail body trembled with the effort. But he walked. As they entered the village, people stared in disbelief. "Look," one villager exclaimed, "the donkey is carrying a man." Help was finally called. Marcus was saved. Benny and Scout waited outside the small village hospital all night long. In the morning, Marcus walked out, weak but alive. When he saw them, tears filled his eyes. "You saved my life," he said, his voice thick with emotion. When he learned about Benny's story, the constant beatings, the endless hunger, Marcus shook his head with firm resolve. "No," he declared, "we'll not go back there." He fed Benny, spoke to him gently, and gave him the safety he had prayed for. A lonely man, a loyal dog, and a gentle donkey. Together, they became a family. No matter how small or weak you may feel, your kindness can save lives. Goodness is never wasted, and loyalty is always remembered. If this story moved your heart, subscribe for more animated stories of hope and kindness. Comment with a heart if you believe kindness always comes back. And please, share this with someone who needs a little hope today.